from our perspective, here ESG adoption is a quite broad term, so we need to define it. So my answers will be from two angles. So first one, the ESG adoption, you will talk about to actually look at, for example, the green technology. We talk about green hydrogens. We talk about all these new technologies. That one definitely need some, those emerging technology. We definitely need policy support plus the monetary support, the tax breaks or like subsidies, like Inflation Reduction Acts, which in US very effective in terms of promoting the green technology adoption, right? So that's one angle from the ESG adoption. The second angle is from the financial market perspective. The adoption means that, look, we want more companies. There are two categories of companies. One category is that I do have a very pure green, pure play, high quality green projects, right? I need money to finance it. Like in APAC, many of the countries, it's still very traditional banking finance, right? So sustainable finance market is definitely a very important market for them to, labor bonds, for example, or sustainability linked loans, all this is a very important instrument. We already have, in many of the jurisdictions, already have incentive plans, like in Hong Kong, Singapore, they give subsidies to issue labor bonds, actually. That's why this market actually thrives. It's very fast in China as well. Besides that, I think it's very important for another category of the companies that, I'm from traditional companies, traditional sectors. My sector could be carbon intensive, right? So how are we going to tap into the sustainable finance market? So that's why recently we have heard very important and concept of transition financing become very, very popular. We see that transition finance is much bigger than the traditional green finance or social finance, social bonds, etc., because that's covering much wider range of companies. But the issue, only in Japan we have a transition kind of not taxonomy, transition guidebooks. That's why Japan this year actually in Q1 they issue a very large amount of transition labor bonds. In other part of Asia, it's very slow. Right. The issue is that we're still lacking a clear definition of a consensus, basically, on what is considered transition. Right. From the investor perspective, there are two realistic obstacles. Many of the funds are registered in Luxembourg, in Europe. You have to follow the Article 9, Article 8, SFDRs. So how you define it? How you label your fund cost sustainability, you need to follow the jurisdiction there. Then the issue is in Asia, if you invest, for example, in the coal power plants who want to upgrade their coal power generators to ultra low emitting equipment, that's not possible. Right. So that's obstacles. Secondly, we are one of the questions here, we don't have a common taxonomies that covers the whole region, which can use a common guidebooks. So Singapore making efforts, Singapore ASEAN taxonomies. China is talking to have nationwide transition taxonomies. Actually, those will be a very encouraging development out there. So, that's my long answer to your questions. There's many different angles, shows how complicated the issue is. But actually, in nutshell, Asia, we are making progress. Regulators are looking into it, and there are policies and financial subsidies support on the way.